Full disclosure, disclaimer here, whatever you want to say. It is late in the afternoon. I am sitting outside, still not in my home office, and it is incredibly windy. So if this whole transmission gets messed up, I genuinely apologize. I'm probably going to read a bunch of this stuff today because I want to make sure that I get it right. And I'm going to start with my favorite from Groucho. Well, art is art, isn't it? Still, on the other hand, water is water, and east is east, and west is west. And if you take cranberries and stew them, like applesauce, they taste a little bit more like prunes than rhubarbs. Now, tell me what you know. Groucho Marx. Tell me what you know. I got a call just a little bit ago from a gentleman, and I think he was very well spirited and well intended. And he said, "Hey, Barry, I watched a bunch of your stuff, and what do you do? What are you trying to accomplish with all these lives?" And I said, I'm really just trying to, what I do is I'm a consultant. I'm a poor man's Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker's been a huge influence in my life. I said, my greatest gift as a consultant is I ask a few questions. That's it. And so, okay, maybe sometimes it's more than a few, but that is really what I do. And as I was advising my newborn granddaughter in yesterday, even though I said dig in the dirt, I wasn't telling her what to dig for. I'm not really here to tell anybody what to do, but again, urge them to think. And by that, ask a few questions. Again, not here to tell anybody what to do. I was wondering if I said this to this gentleman, have you ever thought about how you do, what your MO is, your modus operandi? How do you accomplish what it is? How do you best communicate to your employees, to your significant other, to your kids, to your team members, to your community? How do you do? What's your methodology? You sit and preach? Again, I just ask questions. I think it's really important for all of us to know how we do what we do. Groucho told you, art is art, isn't it? Tell me what you know. Um, if you know what it is you do, that's awesome. I would say to you, do you review it? Do you go back through it and check on its effectiveness? Change is everything, and change is everywhere, I should say. And of course, where we are in this day and age, it's really pervasive. Probably more than ever before, at least in our face, more than ever before. So back to the questions, and if you do know what you do, great, review it. I wanted to just offer this one kind of not elixir, but something that was valuable to me, and that's kind of where the 2-year-old idea comes in. I'm sure we've all had the opportunity to sit and with 2 or 3-year-olds and say something to them, and they have this great question: why? You tell them why, and they ask you why again and why again. I don't think the founder of Toyota, I think it's Sakichi Toyoda, had this in mind, but he did invent a concept called the 5 Whys. It's a fabulous book. I would really highly recommend it. And basically, it is working, thinking, asking like a 2-year-old. When a concept comes up again with your teammate, with an employee, with your boss, with your significant other, with a child, ask why and see if you can't come down to some countermeasures that might eliminate the original. A countermeasure is something that takes the first premise and maybe moves it to a different way of thinking about it, a countermeasure as opposed to a blanket statement. Why? Why? And really, it involves and it induces something I talked about the other day called thinking time. It is a very powerful a concept, again, not to tell anybody what to do, but to really sit and have dialogue and discuss why and really think through and get to deeper solutions or deeper countermeasures to any situation, whatever it is. Um, Again, not here to tell anybody what to do, but more to ask. So I don't know if this makes sense to you. I don't know if you want to review your own. I would say to you, who's your Drucker? If this doesn't make sense to you, like for me, I'm a consultant, I just ask a few questions. Who's your model? How have you decided to design your methodology of communication? Again, not here to tell you what to do, but except to have one. Um, the five whys is very powerful. So I'll leave you with this because it is bright and sunny, and I see some wind coming up here in the palms. There's a guy named W. Edwards Deming, Deming. Google him if you will. Um, Particularly Google him if this quote pisses you off. But Deming said that if you can't describe what you're doing as a process, you don't know what you're doing. And I just think it's powerful. It certainly gave me pause and continues to give me pause often. So again, as you go through your modes of communication and how you want to get your messaging across and how you want to teach and learn and communicate, what's your process? Who's your Drucker? Deming is not wrong. And I'll close with a simple comment. Groucho did it. He asked, tell me what you know. So tell me what you know. Great way to go about this. The Five Whys, great book. Sorry about the birds in the background. I hope you're all well. And I wish you all a great rest of your day.